Hey Yarny friends, it's Dawn from Ninja Bunny Crochet. Welcome to the Yarn Studio. I know it's been a hot minute since I've actually put up a new video. I've had a lot going on in my life, so stick around. We'll talk about yarn, crochet, and everything that's going on in between. So before we jump into today's video, I want to thank all of my viewers and subscribers that have been checking out my videos, all my older videos, and liking them, commenting on them, and everything. I have been watching the comments, and I have been replying back to them, and I want to thank everybody for doing that. I appreciate it so much. And if you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right down there and give this video a thumbs up. It'll help YouTube know that you like my videos and help get me back on that algorithm. So, what has been going on with me and my life? Well, I've had family go in and out of the hospital, and one of them was my husband, and the other one was my sister. So I had to just step back a little bit on things that I was doing, and one of them was making videos. I just had to step back a little bit for a time period so that I could just reevaluate what was going on and help my family and things. And now everybody is back on track. They're healthy and things are going well, and things have all calmed down and settled down. So I've decided that maybe it's time for me to start making videos again. So I'm going to start off with maybe trying to make one every other week or one a week on a blog video type, and hopefully if that seems to be going well and everything keeps being on an even keel, maybe I'll start making some more tutorial videos and whatnot. We'll see how it goes, and we'll see what you viewers want to see on my channel as well. So what I've been doing in the meantime, I've been doing a lot of crocheting. As you can see behind me, I've been doing a lot of amigurumi, and I'm still doing craft shows, and they've been going pretty well. So I still have my Etsy shop, so I'm still have my patterns that I've been selling on Etsy, and I've been doing some selling yarn and whatnot on my Etsy shop. That's kind of died down a little bit. I think with the current economy and whatnot, people are not buying the luxury type yarns. So I've been kind of backing down off of that. I still dye yarn, I just dye it for my personal use. And if I find that people are asking for it, I will dye yarn up for people as well. So, but mostly what I've been doing is the amigurumi that you see behind me. Now my main yarn that I was using, and I still, what I have in left in my stash is the Big Twist Posh. And as everybody knows, because it's all over the place, is that Joann's has gone out of business, so I won't be able to source that yarn anymore. However, I have found at least 2 places that I can get yarn that's very similar to Big Twist Posh. In fact, I actually really think that the alternatives to it are actually a little bit better than Big Twist Posh, at least consistency-wise. And a little bit texture-wise too, because it's actually softer. And that is one that is on Amazon. The name of the yarn is Marshmallow Dreams. I can never pronounce the actual company's name, so what I'll do is I'll just put it up here, and I'll put a link in the description box below to the yarn, so if you're interested in purchasing that yarn, you can purchase it. And they have not as many colors. Again, I'll put something up like right here or over here with how many colors that they have available currently. The other yarn that I found that I really like is Kayla's Crafts Knotty Ball yarn. They have something like 30 something colors, and I really like I like the texture of the yarn. I like how soft it is. I really like that yarn, and the price point, I think, is pretty decent. It's $4.99 a ball, and it's a 100-gram ball. And if you think about it, I mean, it's about the same price that Posh was when Posh was not on sale. And of course, Posh was always on sale. But overall, I think it's a really good price for the yarn. I mean, comparative to the price that the yarn is on Amazon, which Amazon is it depends, it's hit or miss which one, depending on the color. It's like $16.99 to $18.99 for 3 100-gram. I think they're 100-gram balls. I'd have to check on that, which I will, and I'll put it up here. But anyway, so that's my choice of yarn. My second choice would be like Parfait Chunky. The Parfait Chunky line, I either would get that from either directly from Premier, or I would order it from Hirschner's, because sometimes you can get like a free shipping deal or a flat rate shipping that's fairly cheap from Hirschner's. And Hirschner's regularly sells it for like $3.99, but sometimes you can get a good sale. So Premier, you have to order, at least in the States, you have to order, in the US, you have to order $75 to get free shipping. Up in Canada, and I believe, don't quote me on this, I know Canada, I'm not sure if it's international as well, it's like $100. But, you know, unless I'm going to order a large shipment of Parfait Chunky, then I order it from Hirschner's when they have a shipping sale. The other type of yarn that a lot of people do plushies with, I do minimal amount of plushies with it, would be the Bernat blanket. The reason I use a minimal amount is because Bernat blanket really hurts my hands. I can't really get through a full plushie, unless it's a little small one, with Bernat blanket. There is another blanket yarn that I find that is softer than Bernat blanket. And I don't know the price point, I think is about the same. I've never really actually did a comparison as far as price goes. Especially now with Joann's closing, because Joann's always had the best price for the Bernat blanket, is the Premier Chenille Brights, Premier Basics Chenille Brights. And they were like $3.99 a ball, I believe, because I usually ordered it directly from Hirschner's. I didn't necessarily order it from Premier unless I was going to get the $75. Then I would order it from Premier so that I got the free shipping, or Hirschner's was out of the color that I needed. So that's what I would do. Like I do my I'm doing a lot of ums because as you can tell, it's been a while since I've been on camera. The chicken nuggets, I use the Bernat blanket. And there's a few other, like if I'm going to do a snuggler, I will use the Bernat blanket, because you need the snugglers, you need a sturdy yarn, and it comes out nice and big. But overall, I tend to lean more towards the Posh yarn, or Kayla's Naughty Ball yarn, or a Parfait Chunky, just because I love the texture of those yarns, and they're soft. So that's where I'm at with that. So let's jump into looking at some of the plushies that I've been making. So I'm gonna grab up some plushies and show you the ones that I've been making, and I will also link the patterns down in the description box below. Most of them are paid for, but there are a few free patterns as well. So let's jump into the plushies. The first designer I'd like to talk about is Crochet Grove. I have several of her patterns. I really like them. They're usually very easy patterns to do. She usually includes a no-sew or a low-sew option to most of her patterns, and she also offers different options within the pattern itself. So the first one I have to show you is this cute bunny. Now this one has a lot of different options. One, it has no-sew feet, and there's an option to have sew ones too. And they have options for no-sew ears. I opted to do the ones with the double layered ears, so the pink was inside the ears, but there are no-sew ears that are all the same color. And they also offer, she also has in the pattern an option for floppy ears. They offer you can do a carrot, an Easter egg, or, let me look over here, so my computer's over here, or a heart. So there's 3 different options for the bunny to hold, and you have 3 different options for the ears, and you also have 2 different options for the feet. So there's a lot of different options, so you can you can customize the bunny in a lot of different ways. And I like that because you can make these bunnies, you can make them in a lot of different ways, and you can make them all look different. So I really like this pattern for this bunny, and I think it would be, they're great for Easter, but I think they're great for spring. You can customize it. You could even put like a Christmas item in the bunny's hand, or you could put Halloween item in the bunny's hand. So you could change up this pattern and make it for any season that you want to. So again, this is Crochet Grove, and I will put a link in the description box to all of the patterns. So here is the bunny pattern. She's really cute. And I'm going to set her, I'll just set her down over there. Okay, the next one of Crochet Grove's is the her duck pattern. And you get 2 options with the duck pattern. You can make a yellow duck, which is right here. And you get options with the feet. You can do no sew like I did, or you can get an option to sew the feet on. Now this one I did the completely no sew option for this duck, which I think is fantastic because I think it looks absolutely awesome with the completely no sew. So I really love this duck. She's really adorable. And they also come with an option to make a floaty ring with a little frog hat on it, which I think is totally cute. I just don't have one worked up right now. But totally, totally cute. Then the other color scheme option is to make the same duck, same pattern, just make it in the mallard colors. And again, I did the no sew feet, so this again is a completely no sew pattern. And along with the same theme of this, she also has another separate pattern where you can buy to make just the floaties. And I did buy that pattern, and I made up a couple of floaties. There's more options on the floaty patterns, but these are the ones that I've made up so far. I made the ducky, the rainbow, and the donut. And give me just a second, and I will pull it up on my computer. I just have to close out some tabs here, which are, there we go. And I'll pull that pattern up. Okay, so this pattern right here comes with the donut, the rainbow, the duck, and it also comes with a flamingo, a unicorn, and a unicorn. So that comes with 5 different floaties. So I don't have, like I said, I don't have the flamingo or the unicorn made up, but I do have the duck, the donut, and the rainbow. So let me put these back up here. And all of those floaties will fit all of, whoops, we'll get that later. So all those floaties will fit all of Crochet Grove's standing plushies. So the next one I want to show you is the teddy bear. So again, this is again Crochet Grove's, and this little bear also comes with a bee and a honeycomb, a hive, and the bee can go inside the hive. I don't have that made, but it comes with it on the pattern. So all of her patterns are not just one item. You get an extra item that you can make with it. And I think these are super cute. I don't know if you can see the paws. They have different, I did them like in a darker purple. the little paws, and you can make this bear sitting or you can make it standing. I happen to make it standing, and it's also got a little tail on it too. So I think this is super, super cute. It's super easy, and this was completely no sew again. So I thought that was really, really cool. And then my next one is a flamingo. And again, no sew, which again, I love these no sew patterns. And this pattern also comes in the colors to make a swan. So it's basically the same pattern, just in swan color. So it would have like a gray, the white, and the orange around the muzzle, and the bird would be white with gray legs. So it would be colors of a swan. So, but this is the flamingo, and she is really, really cute. Then my last one from Crochet Grove. Now this one is not a no-sew pattern, and that is this one right here. He is a peacock. And I say he because the male peacock is the one that's very brightly colored. So this is a boy. So this is a peacock, and I got my little tag on it because I've already tagged it for my craft shows. So this is my little peacock. And this pattern also comes in the colors to make a turkey. So the only difference for the turkey is the colors, and it also has a wattle on it. So you can make a peacock or a turkey. So now this next set of patterns will be a bunch of different designers, but that was all Crochet Grove's patterns. And again, I will link her Etsy shop down in the description box below. Alright, for these next set of plushies, they're all different designers. So the first one I'm going to show you is by Crochet by Jenna, and this is her low sew owl. So this was really fun to make, and it was super, super easy to make, so I think you'll really enjoy this one. And it really was a low sew pattern, and it was super easy to make. I will say though, one thing that I found with the toes were a little bit tricky, but not impossible to do. So, but this is a low sew owl, and I did this one in Posh. I think she does them in Parfait Chunky, but the size of this owl, it's a really good size owl too, is like 9.5 inches. So, I mean, it's a pretty good size plushie. And put it back into the box. And the next one I have is a Tacosaurus. Now this one I got from Ribbler when it was you buy so much yarn from Joann's, and then you could put in you scan the QR code and you got a free pattern from Ribbler. So I got this one on Ribbler, but she has a shop on Etsy as well, so if you didn't want to purchase a pattern on Ribbler, you can also purchase this one on Etsy. So I can put a link to Ribbler, and I can put a link to Etsy as well, so that you could get this pattern on either one, depending on whichever one you want to purchase it from. But this is super, super cool. I love this pattern. It is so cute. So that is a Tacosaurus. Okay, and the next pattern I have is an alligator. Now this one, let me just pull up my patterns. Or crocodile, not an alligator, it's a crocodile. This one is by Toys Melina, and I got this one off of Etsy. And this is again another no-sew pattern. I love the no-sew patterns, either no-sew or low-sew. And I just think it is super, super cute. The only thing I would say is that you might want to make the snout a little bit longer on it. It is a little bit short, but I still think it's cute. So that is the alligator. Or crocodile. Alligators have a little narrower snout, so that's a crocodile. And next, this one is a free pattern, and this is by Wonder Crochet, and this is her flower frog. And this one is a low sew pattern. The petals are no sew, and the feet are no sew. Those are crocheted in, but the only thing you have to sew is the eyes. And you can go to her blog and get this one for free. And again, I'll put it in the description box below. But this is super, super cute. I made this one with all different shades of green for the frog and different shades, different colors for the petals. And next one is my chicken nuggets, and I call these my saucy nuggets. Now you can just Google, there's tons and tons of chicken nugget patterns out there. I'm not even sure which chicken nugget pattern I have. They pretty much all look the same. This one, all I did is I did freehand the sauce on it. As you can see, it's just kind of a bunch of singles and half doubles. And I did a magic ring with, I think, 6 or 8 in the center. And then I did like a chain of 3 or 4, and then did some singles and half doubles, and then just went around the circle piece and made these little drips on it. And each one of them that I did like 6 chicken nuggets, are all different. And I did some with the red sauce and some with yellow sauce for mustard, but I call them my saucy chicken nuggets. And next one I have, this is Alizé Crochet, and this is her hot dog. So it's a little hot dog, little dachshund in a hot dog bun, and he is just super, super cute. And her pattern comes with 2 different sizes. I followed the large dog size, and I used the Posh yarn. If you use blanket yarn, it's going to come out much bigger, or if you use Parfait Chunky, it's going to come out a little bit smaller. And I believe she just came out with a new one that's a giant dog, using like Bernat blanket or like a Parfait XL yarn. So it'd be huge. So you can make it in 3 different sizes, but you would need 2 different patterns to make the really, really large size. Or you can get this one and make it into 2 different sizes. And the last one that I have for you is this unicorn. This one is a really big seller for me. And this is by 1 Cent Crochet. And she has a smaller mini version of this one as a free tutorial on her YouTube channel. So this one is the paid pattern. I bought this on Etsy. And I can link this one and the mini tutorial in the description box below. So if you want to try the mini one first, you can. And then if you want to make the larger one, you can buy the pattern from Etsy and try the larger one. This is the bigger one. And again, I did this in the Posh yarn. And she is from top of her horn to her feet is 11 inches tall. And I use a 5mm hook. Some people use a smaller hook, some people use a larger hook, so it really depends on your tension. But she is a really big seller for me at the craft shows. So there is my last pattern for you for today, and it is by 1 Cent Crochet. So I hope you liked today's video, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye-bye.